Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just around 3 months ago, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager for the next trailer 2 of The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams, in order to get a better sense of the tone of the movie that's going to be released later this year. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one exciting aspect of Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to offer a lot of prequel trilogy and original trilogy continuity and connections in order to benefit many of the characters in this film, such as Rey and Kylo Ren, as well as some of the legacy characters that will be a part of this story. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this film, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a profile view of Luke Skywalker holding his green lightsaber in both of his hands, where it's described that he is looking down at the saber, where ashes are falling from the sky, where Luke appears to be teary-eyed. It's described to be an extended sequence of Luke's temple destruction that goes along with emotional music by John Williams. The next describes a sequence in which Rey and Kylo Ren are running next to each other side by side towards something with both of their ignited lightsabers, where it's said that they both eventually jump in mid-air and strike at somebody or something off camera. Another goes over a sequence in which Kylo Ren is shouting out lines of dialogue on top of a large stage with the First Order flag behind him, with his Knights of Ren by his side, where Vader's charred armor is seen standing behind him just before Kylo Ren. The next describes a shot of a gloved hand that is said to be Luke Skywalker's, holding the family lightsaber from the original trilogy that once belonged to Anakin as well, that is said to be handed to Luke by a female hand that appears to be Leia's from the jewelry seen on her fingers. Lastly, a description of Rey throwing her lightsaber blade while on the battlefield, where it said that the camera closes in on the saber activated in mid-air, while still activated and ignited, heading toward red stormtroopers in slow motion before it cuts to black. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that this film is going to introduce a lot of revolutionary angles and the way things are going to be shot in this film. We do know that there's going to be a lot of slow motion sequences in some of the battle scenes and the lightsaber duels in The Rise of Skywalker, in which Rian Johnson kind of gave us a little tease of that when both Luke and Kylo Ren fought. At the time, you know, a lot of people didn't really like that because it was too much like The Matrix, and I can see that criticism. Absolutely, I can. So to have this in Episode 9, it really has to be done in a right way, where it's not going to come off cheesy, or it's not going to come off as, you know, a little too much or too harsh on the audience, you know, where it's going to be pretty much, you know, overused, is what I would say. But the one thing that really stands out to me of what's actually going to be appearing in the upcoming trailer is an extension of the temple destruction scene, showing us a little bit more of the aftermath of Luke Skywalker's defeat by the hands of his own nephew, Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. So this is said to be a shot where Luke Skywalker is holding his iconic green lightsaber in both of his hands and looking down at it while standing up, where a lot of ashes are falling down from the sky and on top of Luke Skywalker. So this is obviously after the temple is already burned down. The other piece that I do want to go over is the moment in which we have Kylo Ren and Rey running towards something or somebody side by side, while both of their lightsabers are ignited. Now, it's described that they eventually jump in mid-air and strike at something or somebody. Now, here's my take on this shot. This most certainly is, of course, Rey and Kylo Ren forming an alliance, teaming up with each other, whatever have you, and going up against the Dark Acolyte, who is basically corrupted by the spirit of Sidious. You know, the spirit of Sidious is said to take over the Dark Acolyte's body, from all the leaks that we have been going over, that eventually fights against Rey and Kylo Ren, a 2-on-1 saber duel, if you will, in the third act of Episode 9. So this moment is most certainly a tease of what's to come of the first 2-on-1 saber duel in the sequel trilogy. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over, the last piece I must add, that really stands out to me the most as well, is of course a description of Rey throwing her lightsaber blade while on the battlefield, and it moves in mid-air while still ignited, giving us a slow motion version of what Rey did in The Last Jedi, tossing the saber toward Kylo Ren. Now, what I like about this is that she's able to keep it ignited in mid-air. That's pretty crazy, because we've seen a great example, you know, of Darth Vader Vader doing this at the very end of Return of the Jedi, where he tosses it toward Luke Skywalker, and he misses. This is basically Rey doing the same exact thing toward a band of different troopers on the battlefield and doing all these different crazy things. So those types of shots may be, you know, highly criticized on how they're actually going to be done from point A to point B of the actual trailer too. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.